I convene the May 20th, 2026 regular board meeting to order at 7 p.m. Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swistek.
Here.
Vanessa Berry.
Here.
Debbie Bryan.
Here.
Josh Martin, absent. Karen Larson.
Here.
Laura Paley.
Here.
Liz Sullivan.
Here.
Oh, thank you. It was so short, I got confused. Okay, agenda item number 2 is opportunity for visitors to speak. Public comment is for the general public to address the board. Each person will have up to 5 minutes to provide public comment. Seeing none, we will move on to item number 3, which includes the assignments for reviewing monthly accounts payable. Treasurer Bryan and Trustee Sullivan reviewed the April billings in May, and Trustee Larson and Trustee Paley will review the May billings in June. Item number 4 is the consent agenda. Is there a trustee who wishes to pull something from the consent agenda? If not, may I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda, which includes the minutes of the April 15th, 2026 board meeting, an acknowledgement of the April 30th, 2026 treasurer's report, investment activity report, current assets report, revenue report, expense report, and the authorization of the May 20th, 2026 payment of bills.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swistek.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Paley.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item number 5 is unfinished business. 5A includes the BAS project, and 5B includes the lot development project. Mark is away on business this week, so Director Weinstein will provide a brief summary regarding his report, and if there are any questions, then Director Weinstein can forward it to Mark as an email for a response. Sorry.
That's okay. Very brief summary. Everybody has the report in the packet. Mark has given me just a couple of notes. He did mention that under the BAS update that CCS has been in contact with IBS, who is our installer, and we coordinated what is hoped to be a final punch list and training meeting on June 5th. And then as far as the lot development, Tara and CCS have been coordinating some initial steps for a design meeting. And we're trying to coordinate that and targeting June 1st for like an internal meeting, and then bringing something to the board at the June meeting. That's all I have.
Good.
Does anyone have any questions right now for the director? To forward to Mark?
No.
We're good?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Agenda item number 6 is committee reports. 6A is finance. Any report?
Nothing to report.
Okay. 6B is personnel and policy. Any report?
We will get to it later in the meeting.
Great. And then 6C is physical plant. There's no report for that one. Okay. Agenda item number 7 is staff reports. 7A is the director's report. Dr. Weinstein.
Okay, so I'm gonna provide a recap to National Library Week because I just gave a tease last month on it and it was just about to happen. So we kicked it off with an author talk from the best-selling author Mary Kubica. She writes psychological suspense, and we had that at Lisle High School. About 150 people attended that event. I know at least one trustee who was there. It was really nice to meet the author and speak with some of the residents, and I heard it was very, very well received by everybody, and she spent a lot of time with people after the event signing the books and just having conversations. So we made good use of the Lisle High School auditorium, which is lovely. I had not been there before. It's a very nice venue. And also during the week of National Library Week, Youth Services held a fidget scavenger hunt, which had 420 participants. Wow. We also had a departmental door decorating contest where 202 patrons voted, and the winner was Youth Services with their very lovely Jack and Jill door. It's very cute. That was cool. And then we rounded out the week with 2 other programs. One, a community mini art exhibit with mini canvases. We had 82 contributors and 50 people attended the event we had on a Friday night with Lisle Women's Club there, co-sponsoring our exhibit. And then we ended the week with a story time with Elephant and Piggy, and we had over 200 kids and their caregivers there to see the 2 characters. It was really well attended. So all good stuff for National Library Week. And then I had my Personnel and Policy Committee policy list there, and then we'll get to that. Vice President Berry mentioned. Next, I attended the Village Joint Review Board on April 28th. The village, as you know, is reestablishing the Route 53 TIF. The JRB voted on it, and it will move to the village board next. A draft IGA was discussed between the village and the affected taxing bodies. The village pledges to share a portion of that tax increment with us, so we're waiting for that forthcoming IGA. Another JRB member proposed at that meeting to amend the draft with a more robust sharing component, possibly using a portion of sales tax from the car dealerships. The village did hear that suggestion, didn't comment on it, but stated that an IGA will be coming soon, around sometime in summer. I did ask that the IGA discussion be listed in the ordinance that goes to the village, just so that it's on the record and there were no objections to that. So that's my JRB update. And then just under community partnerships, on April 29th, the library hosted Representative Margaret De La Rosa, the Sierra Club, and the Citizens Utility Board to discuss data centers and their impact on the community. I know there were some trustees that also attended. The program centered around the Power Act, Senate and House bills that are now being considered in Springfield, and the Sierra Club obviously discussed the environmental impact, and the Citizens Utility Board discussed the impact on utility bills, and about 60 to 65 people attended that event. Next, we partnered with the Lisle Township's 708 Mental Health Board for a special teen program. We held it in this room, and participants viewed a lecture with Catherine Price, the author of The Amazing Generation, and the program basically focused on teens and finding fun in a screen-filled world. Again, it was for teens, tweens, and parents. We had about 5 residents there. Again, a teen program, it's very hard to pull, but everybody who attended the program received a free copy of the book, The Amazing Generation, and that was provided by the 708 board. So that was nice.
Great.
And we got good feedback. And then lastly, on May 12th, I attended the intergovernmental meeting, and there's a brief summary in my report. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And then at the end of my report, there are the board and director communications. That's all I got.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for the director? Moving on to 7B, which is the assistant director's report. Assistant Director Savage is not able to attend tonight's meeting, so Director Weinstein will present a summary of his report.
Yes, I have a few notes here. I'll skip the BAS because Mark already mentioned that we were going to have a meeting. There was the backflow was repaired on May 14th regarding to his plumbing notes in his report. We had our roofing company out and complete some flashing repairs on the west side of the building. He also spoke with the technician regarding the potential of a rain barrel installation. The Lisle Women's Club has been looking to collaborate with us on installing a rain barrel, so we're waiting for a proposal to install an additional downspout on the south side that would accommodate the rain barrel. And then Will completed the walkthrough of the building with 16 cleaning vendors on April 29th, and the deadline for the proposals was noon on May 18th, and the bids were publicly unsealed on that day, and we will get to that later in our agenda. And then the property was fully mulched at the start of May, and the parking lot was also restriped, and the arrows it needed it. For some reason, the yellow paint was chipping and fading. I don't know if it was due to lots of salt over the winter or whatever, but we needed not a complete seal coating, just the yellow striping. He also gave me a couple of extra notes. He did want to mention that we've noticed a few carpenter bee holes. I don't know if you remember last year we had some in the pergola area. So we had our pest control out, and they came out and treated the wood surfaces near the entrances as well as in the pergola area, just to deter any more nesting of these carpenter bees. And then he wanted to mention that the event team met several times this month to finalize plans for Summer Read, which is coming, and you all received your Summer Read t-shirts. It's happening on May 30th from 10 to noon. It'll be in our north lot again. Just a couple of mentions, we're gonna have the Kona ice truck out for flavored ice. We're gonna have a little mini golf course out there for all ages. We're gonna have some carnival games as well. We're gonna have a community art project. Obviously Summer Read's sign-up table. And this year, we are getting some new yard signs. So here's a sneak peek with our
cute.
Yes, very cute.
I love
So
that.
any resident attendee, they'll all be available at Summer Read kickoff party, and then after that, they'll be at the public service desks for pickup. Very nice. And then we'll have like a reader's advisory table as well for signups too. So that is all. The assistant director's report.
Thank you. Any questions for the director about the assistant director's report?
So I just a quick question about the rain barrel. I have one. I love it. What is the intended use here for it?
Well, we would be watering plants with it, and we only have spigots in certain areas around the building where, like when we have a lot of dry spells, we have our facility monitors go out there with hoses.
Oh, okay.
And we have a deficiency on the south side that is closest to that side of the lot where we don't have a hose that reaches well. So we thought a rain barrel would do very well there, and then having a soaker hose in that area.
Definitely.
That's
Great, great. Okay. It's also good for indoor plants if you have somebody who's ambitious enough to fill up jugs,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
That's great. I love it. I hope it works out.
Any other questions
Thank
for the director? Okay. Item number 8 is new business. 8A is to approve the LLD salary scale for fiscal year 2026, 2027. May I have a motion and a second, and then Director Weinstein will summarize that now.
I move to approve the Lisle Library District salary scale for fiscal year 2026, 2027.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Director Weinstein.
Sure, so we annually adjust the salary scale to align with other area libraries and also use CPI to make that justification. The scale serves as our starting salary and our ceiling for each pay grade from like the page position to the director. This salary was adjusted by 3%, again to remain competitive with other area libraries' starting rates. So again, it's the ceiling for when we're hiring somebody, and then, I mean, a starting rate for hiring somebody, and then the top line.
Thank you. Any questions for the director? Any other discussion on this? Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swister.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Paley.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. 8B is to approve the 2026-2027 LLD working budget. May I have a motion and a second, and then Director Weinstein can summarize the item.
I move to approve the Lisle Library District's working budget for fiscal year 2026-2027.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Director Weinstein.
Sure, so I'm going to say very little
Yep.
about this because we included the overview document again in the packet for the public. Also, as you know, the board discussed this very comprehensively last month. And there were no changes or adjustments to the draft, and the draft that's in the May packet is basically the same draft that was in the April packet. The budget is balanced, again, as our expenditures aren't exceeding our revenues.
Thank you. Any further questions for the director on this? Any further discussion? Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swister.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Paley.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. 8C is to award a cleaning service contract to a company for fiscal year 2026-2027. May I have a motion and a second, and then I'll pass it to Director Weinstein.
I move to award the company Best Quality Cleaning a 12-month cleaning service contract in the amount of $44,760 effective July 1st, 2026.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and a second. Director Weinstein?
Yes, so Assistant Director Savage has provided his recommendation to all board members, and even provided the bid tabulation as well, so you've seen all the companies that provided their proposals. And our job as a library is to select the lowest qualified, responsible, and responsive bidder for the Illinois procurement code. And the company, Best Quality Cleaning, has provided us with everything we need. We've done check boxes, we called references, and so we feel good about that choice.
Great.
Good.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looked like they had a lot of libraries in their client list, so.
Appreciate seeing that and reading through the bid, and everything that they're gonna do. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing the work that they do, and hopefully it'll be an improvement over what we've been having. Any other questions or comments before we vote? Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swister.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Bailey.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you. 8D is a statutory acknowledgement of a payment of earned or unused vacation time as required by Illinois Wage Payment and Collection Act 820 ILCS 115/5. This payment shall not exceed $393.12 to be paid to Coco Stubich. Okay. 8E is to approve LLD policy 650, use of meeting and study rooms and form. May I have a motion and a second, and then Director Weinstein will summarize.
I move to approve revisions to LLD policy 650, use of meeting and study rooms and form.
I second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Director Weinstein?
Sure, so, for all of the policies, you have the drafts and the clean copies. The Personnel and Policy Committee reviewed and proposed revisions and provided edits. So I'm only going to briefly highlight the major changes because the committee has already done great work on all of this. So for policy 650, the principal change here is that our main meeting rooms, the rooms we're in now, have never had limits regarding their hours or monthly reservations if you were to reserve space. So that was changed. There were some food and beverage clarifications, as well as having no open flames in this room, which wasn't in there. And there were also some other grammatical changes. So we also adjusted the inter-office form for reserving the room.
And that's the one that we have.
Right.
The copy of, right?
Yeah, I had sent it on email, but we didn't
Yeah.
include that before.
Yeah.
On the clean copy in like the A and B title, the,
Hold on.
The strike through.
yeah.
And the clean copy, did I miss something?
Yeah, it was just the strike through on rooms. The
Oh,
S
yeah.
at the end wasn't delineated.
Oh,
In the heading.
I see it. Okay, thank you.
That's all I had on
Good
that.
eye.
Yeah.
My bad eyes.
Actually,
gosh.
if we, sorry, on page 52B, reservable study room guidelines, it's the same
It's
thing.
the same.
Now I can't unsee it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will have.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't notice either of them earlier. Now that I
The
see
other
it.
thing that I'm seeing right now too is I think that when we did it, we talked about doing first come, first served. Did we talk about doing a hyphen in between first come and first served, or no?
I think we changed it to not.
To not, because
Not.
there aren't any.
Okay.
Okay, I just
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
remember
I think
what
that's
we,
the correct.
that was what we
Right.
went with the
Got it.
correct.
Yeah.
We just made it
Uniform.
served.
Yes.
Right, right, you're right.
All right.
That long conversation.
What's a long conversation?
Okay. Any other comments or corrections, errors that any of us see in the draft of the policy or in the meeting application form as well? So they're together in the same policy.
I'm assuming that the revision date gets added into the clean copy once
Yes.
we've
Yeah.
passed.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
After the fact, okay.
Yeah, that one looks good.
Anything else? You all feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swister.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Bailey.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes, thank you. Moving on to 8F, which is to approve LLD policy 902, accessibility. May I have a motion and a second, and then Director Weinstein can summarize the item.
I move to approve LLD policy 902, accessibility.
I'll second.
Oh.
Who wants it?
I'll
Laura
take
can
it.
have it.
Okay.
Laura.
All right, Laura's got it. All right, thank you. Director Weinstein.
Sure, okay, so the main thing was we changed the title to be more inclusive, highlighting a number of ADA-related policy provisions. There's a better introduction, which also includes the digital accessibility within the opening statement there. We adjusted the meetings and program sections to clarify OMA regulations and requests for accommodations. And we added a section on service animals. Now, we have something in our code of conduct about service animals, but This also belongs in this policy with a more broader explanation. I think those are the highlights.
Okay. Looking through the drafts, did anyone see anything that they would like adjusted or changed as the whole board is looking at it?
Under G, the last sentence, activities,
Oh, I'll do the strike through.
is strike through.
The lesson. Oh,
And then
Oh, wow,
I
yeah.
missed that. Sorry, guys.
the second sentence sounded weird to me. And I don't know,
In number 4.
no, just in like the intro.
Whole thing.
The LLD complies with the Americans with Disabilities Act by providing policies, procedures, and reasonable accommodations seeking to meet the needs of patrons with.
Oh.
Should it just
Oh,
be
gosh.
with disabilities? I didn't know if
Yeah.
something got,
Yeah.
How did we miss that?
yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that it got like copied over weird or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
How did we
Good
miss
job,
that?
Vanessa.
Okay.
Wow.
Good. This is why we do this.
Mhm.
Oh, because so on the original,
Yep.
you look at it, it says with a broad range of disabilities, so it
That's
just,
what
it
yeah.
just didn't, the
Yeah.
disabilities
Yeah.
just didn't get copied
Yeah.
over when
Yep.
the strikes, okay.
Got it.
Patrons with, right, right. Okay.
With you, fill in the blank. I think this was great, and I think just having the specifically calling out like what the service animal is,
Yeah.
what it does, will make it easier for staff to enforce that policy. I learned, something even reading through that too about them, that, that a emotional support animal does not have to be allowed in.
Yeah.
So, I think that is okay.
I was gonna ask a question about, I know we talked about this before, but the last one in B, where it talks about the change must be made on all agendas, so like, that will happen after we approve this,
No, we
right?
just,
Or did you
we
already
just
do
changed
it?
it. We've
It's
done
like I was
to
reading it,
everything.
okay, so I
Yeah.
thought I had read through that it's already, like, I already saw that it was in there, but I didn't know if we had to,
Yes, we did it right away because that's just the law.
okay. Great. Any other questions or comments on this one?
No.
Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swissack.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Bailey.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes, thank you. 8G is to approve LLD Policy 610, Patron Code of Conduct. May I have a motion and a second, and then Director Weinstein can summarize.
I move to approve revisions to LLD Policy 610, Patron Code of Conduct.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second, Director Weinstein.
Yeah, so just a few changes here because we had some recent incidents. Nothing with open flames, but we added open flames under the food or category. And also more updates to proper attire, non-permitting of grocery carts, shopping carts, and circumstances where patrons are disrupting other patrons.
Any questions on that, or comments, suggestions?
No, I think you did a good job of spelling it out, again, making it very easy to enforce. So,
That's one of the conversations that we have at the committee meeting is, how is this going to help staff in certain situations?
Right,
So
right.
I think as clear as we can be, definitely help staff.
Yeah, and they don't even have to question it, no, I think this was great. You guys did a great job, as always, on these.
Yeah,
Anything?
looks good.
We're good? Okay, Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swissack.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Bailey.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes, thank you. 8H is to approve LLD Policy 425, Membership in Professional Associations. May I have a motion and a second, and then the director can summarize this item.
I move to approve revisions to LLD Policy 425, Membership in Professional Association.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and a second, Director Weinstein?
Sure, so this was just completely rewritten, as it's not been updated since 2010. So just better wording all around. We also separated staff from trustees. It also outlines who is afforded memberships and how to request a membership or to opt out.
Any questions or comments on this one? Okay, thank you. Jackie, please call the roll.
Emily Swissack.
Aye.
Vanessa Berry.
Aye.
Debbie Bryan.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Laura Bailey.
Aye.
Liz Sullivan.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes, thank you. All right, so then we are at item 9, which is the opportunity for trustee comments. I'm gonna go first. So a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, this evening, and I gotta find this. Okay, so right now it's May. Next month, June, a couple of big things are happening at that meeting. So first thing at the beginning of the meeting will be the officer elections. So we'll have to do that first thing. So I will come in, open the meeting, and then we'll do the nominations and seconds and voting on president. Then that person does the rest of the meeting, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And then we'll have our regular meeting. And then we also need to go into executive session at the June meeting to do the director evaluation. So you will be getting, soon, just this week, we'll get it sent out to you. But the same evaluation form we've been using the past few years, updated dates. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on the dates. So you'll get this document soon, just so you have it, but the director does not have to provide the trustees with her portion of it until, what did I say, June 2nd, I believe is what I said. So June 2nd is when you'll receive the snapshot from Director Weinstein and then also her completion of her part of this document. So her performance, the goals, and then self-directed goals for next year and the other questions that we have in there with the self-evaluation part. And then our next board meeting is on June 17th. So I'm asking that your copy of your own evaluation form is to me by June 15th. So that's 2 days in advance for me to go through, tabulate all the responses so that I have it all together to lead our conversation in executive session that night. Okay, so that's where I'm at with that. I just wanted to let everyone know now that these are the dates, this is what's coming up. Okay?
Okay.
So that's that stuff. And then the other thing is I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, personal stuff with the library. So one, the night that Representative De La Rosa was here and did the data center, hosted the data center event, I actually was called to come in earlier that evening. One of my coworkers is the den mother for her son's scout troop, and one of the things that they were learning about was elected officials and things, and so what they did was they asked me to come in here because it was like too full. So they asked me questions about elections. They asked me if being a trustee was elected by plurality or majority vote, and so then we talked about that. I mean, and these are kids that are elementary age kids asking these questions. It was really neat. So asking questions about that. They asked questions about like what do trustees do at the library. So that was like really neat. And then on the other part of that was they had arranged for Mr. John, the Director of Youth Services, to take them on the tour of the library as well. So they were with me for like 10, 15 minutes because how long are they gonna be able to ask me questions, right? And then they got to go with Mr. John and he took them on a tour of the library. So that was
cool.
really neat.
That's so fun.
So that was really fun to do that. And that, again, that was the same night as the data center event. So that was neat to be here for that as well. And I felt like I learned a lot. And this room was packed. And it was really great to see a lot of people come in and listening and asking questions and getting that information. So that was neat. The other thing that I wanted to share is that I had a really neat experience with calling and talking to one of the adult services librarians, and I don't know who it was, so I can't give that individual credit. But one of my one of my children was having an issue with the library app. He was going in, he was trying to find the next volume of a graphic novel series he's reading, and he kept going and he could see it on the screen, and every time he tried to click to place a hold, the app would crash. And I was like, I don't understand, like what's happening? And so then I tried, it crashed. So it was in the evening, so I was like, okay, I'll just call the library. So I called, I asked for adult services, and then I talked to the adult services librarian, and I said the situation, and she went into the computer, and she said, oh, I'm assuming it's crashing because we don't have that book yet. It's on order. It's not going to be released until the fall, but we already have it on order, so it's in our system, but it's not something that you can do anything with. She said, so I'm assuming that's why it's crashing. But what she did do was then put it on hold in my son's name, so that when it is received by the library in the fall, he'll immediately get the notification that it's been held for him and he'll be able to get it. So it just was really neat that, the technology, we couldn't get it to go through there because it wasn't here yet, but then the adult services librarian was, that human,
Great,
was wonderful and just, super helpful. So I just wanted to share that as well. So
Okay.
that's it. So that's my little
That's
thing.
nice.
Well,
That's all, yeah.
I have one thing to add to that.
Yeah.
We did have an issue with Polaris, which is our catalog vendor, and the app, which is a different vendor. Our
Mhm.
app is Aspen.
Aspen.
And so, I don't know exactly when this happened, but like, this was last week, where there was issues. There was technology issues from them talking to each other, like our Polaris to Aspen.
Okay.
So it may
may have
have
been the same
been
time.
that. And so we've since resolved that, so
Mhm.
crashing should not occur anymore.
Mhm.
But I'm glad that the human
Yes.
is able to help.
Me too.
And to
that
go
would
above
make
and beyond too,
Well,
yeah.
and that would make
That's really
sense,
nice,
because
yeah.
there have been times before where I've used the app, and if it hasn't been something released yet, I've been able to put it on hold in
Yeah.
advance of the release date.
Yeah.
So
That's
I wonder
true.
if it just was that talking.
It was
thing.
probably that, because
Mhm.
you should be able to place a hold on something that is coming,
Mhm.
so, yeah.
Well, that's great, yeah, and it was
So it's
great.
resolved, good.
And talking to a real life person was a lot of fun, like whole like scary, okay, I'll just call and talk to someone, so, anyway. All right, so we'll go to Treasurer Brian.
Okay, well, just lots of accolades. I'm gonna say, great job to Jackie for gathering all those invoices and bills and checks. I don't know, Liz, it was like a huge stack this time, I mean, I just said, oh my gosh, that was a lot of work. And it's, yeah, well, very, very detailed, and she could tell you, I asked a couple questions, she could answer anything, so Jackie, great work. That is not easy to do. And, again, great job on the policies. I got my new newsletter in the mail today.
Yes, me too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This just looks like such a great summer. There's so many things, like something for everyone. I was really just kind of just so excited. I'm like, who do I know that can take part in all these different programs? I only know adults anymore. So and the bag looks really cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So just great work. Excited to come to the party on the 30th.
Great.
All right.
Thank you. Trustee Paley.
I'm also excited about the mailer that we got and excited for the kickoff party. I really appreciated all of the work and all of the programming that went into National Library Week. We voted on the doors. I think, did we have a policy meeting that night?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yes,
We
we
walked around
did.
and saw all of them.
Yeah.
My daughter participated in the art project. I got my husband to come with me to the Mary Kubika event, and that we could not stay to meet her afterwards. I don't remember what was happening, but we had to get home for something. But that was fantastic. And I'm going to blank on his name now, who moderated. Xavier. I saw him outside earlier and commented on this to him. Did a fantastic job moderating that discussion, to be up there with this author and kind of have your prepared list of questions, but to keep it going so naturally and conversationally. It just seemed like it was so easy for him to do that. And I cannot imagine that is an easy job. So I talked to him after that tonight after before
That's
the
so
meeting.
nice.
But
I'm sure it made him feel very good.
it was a fantastic week. He's always smiling when you see him. So I'm sure he's heard that from a lot of people. I hope he has, because he really did a great job.
What he's
So-
heard from staff is, when he was there, he was wearing a blazer and dress pants, and we don't see him like that here. So we were like, wow. Yes, he
It was
did
a
good
great
job.
week overall, but that event was really well done.
Yeah, he
So,
did a good job.
Yeah, and well attended too. So thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Larson.
Same thing Debbie said about the stuff that Miss Jackie does. It's
agreed.
always
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was excited to see the newsletter in the mail today as well.
Cool.
Perfect timing.
Great. Thank you. Trustee Sullivan.
I guess my hat's off to the whole policy committee, because the changes all made sense, and I know it's got to be a lot of work to go through all of those. So thank you for doing it.
Thank you. Vice President Barry.
The program with Representative De La Rosa was great. There was a huge turnout. And like being connected within like the environmental community, there were people from Wheaton and from Naperville, Aurora.
Display.
Yeah, like people came from
Wow.
all over the place for that event, so that was great. Tonight is the planning and zoning meeting where they'll be discussing putting a ban on data centers in Lisle. So we'll have to check the recording and see how that went tonight. And then one cool experience I had with the librarians here. My husband was asking for book recommendations, but very, very, very specific book recommendations. Like he wanted sci-fi or dystopian, but only in first person. And so I took it
That's
to.
like our favorite question.
Yeah. Well, it was great. I was here for the art exhibit. I talked to Mallory and was like, hey, do you have any ideas? We came up with like a list of like 3 or 4 books. And then I went to look at the artwork and stuff, and then she came running out later and was like, we've been discussing it, like, here's more. And gave me a bunch more, so I picked up a couple more tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was great, but,
Aw.
yeah, and I'm looking forward to all the fun summer stuff. Oh, yeah, and our fidget cube has been being stolen by members of our family, just because Isaac did the scavenger hunt as the only kid in the house, and but yeah, it's been a hit.
Aw.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Great.
Is there anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay, and then the only thing left on the agenda is to adjourn. May I have a motion and a second?
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We are adjourned at 7:36 PM.
Wow.
Efficient.
Great.